Welcome back to some Elden Ring. We're going to move into some more of the old Altus Plateau. We're going to go into this middle section here because when you come along this path, there's a little spring jump. So we're going to take that. I'm assuming it's going to let us jump right in there. I guess it could land us just right here or something, but we're going to find out. We're going to find out. Up, up, up we go. Bunch of wolves. There's that wizard tower thing again. We can see that's where we fought Eleanor. Oh, it's gone. Just like that. There's another little spring jump to get us down, so we'll probably take that. Oh, and there's one to go up. So we could actually go up and along here, but I kind of like the idea of, like, just working our way kind of north, like hit the middle section, and then we'll do the north. Okay. There's a bunch of blue flowers. Now, the blue flowers are always significant because they mirage rise. They're for magic, right? Like sorcery stuff. And what the hell are those? Some gnarly looking thing. Sometimes I think about this. I feel inclined to kind of express this again, just in case. I've played a lot of this game. Nothing in here is really new to me, per se. So a lot of this is me kind of doing a bit and trying to, you know, stay true to the character, playing through it for the first time or something. What does it say? Touch 3 phantom crests. So we have Mirage Riddle. It's got a map. There is the, not carrion, but the cuckoo seal, right? So we look at the map. Last time I remember looking at this map, it did not really make much sense to me. Like it didn't feel very clear. But since the tower has blue flowers around it, maybe this spot will have it too. Okay, so there's a tower. There's one right there. One to the left of it. One down by a bridge. Okay. So if we angle it this way, so it should be up here. So we got 1, 2, and then one somewhere over by this bridge. No, not touch. Okay, I guess I can't touch that. So we're gonna go somewhere over here, and we're gonna go somewhere over here. This place is really misty. Oh yeah, I saw the icon from a distance. Okay. Run forward, run forward. There it is. And look at little M. Oh, he's got the glowy eyes too. Dude, I've been finding a lot of these dudes with glowing eyes. Like, I don't ever remember finding so many, like, at once or anything. Did that give me any extra runes? I don't think so, but I wasn't watching my, wasn't actually watching my runes either. Alright, cool. But yeah, this place, you know, is very much like woods, which really we haven't encountered a whole lot of, like, woods. You know, the biggest one is way over here, and it's called, what, the Mistwoods? Yeah, Mistwood Ruins. And so the only other one we've seen now is kind of over here. The trees are generally pretty sparse, which is, you know, kind of funny considering that tree is such a big symbol of the game, right? That you don't get so many forests is, I don't know, fascinating in some way. Hello. Whoa, 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 hello. I don't know what he's like spewing stuff out. Reminds me of things, but it's death blight, and look how it's just. Oh, and his head goes straight up. Big fountains of it, dude. And you can see like little maggoty worms with it too. He's got a stick, pretty bare body. His whole his abdomen isn't necessarily like carved out, but you can see he's like, he looks kind of thin, you know, like a little emaciated. But the head is really weird. I mean, it's a big hunched, elongated body. I'm dead. With worms and a big hole for a face. Look how that just sprouts out and stabs us. Oh, this is the closest one. This is where I came from. Oh my god. All right, we gotta avoid doing that anymore, or find a closer freaking grace. Oh hi. What are you guarding? Hoping to stagger him. I poisoned him though. That's cool. Oh, that is a stagger. Can I? Uh oh. I'm dead again. No, my runes. Oh no. Oh, why? I don't know how many I had. It was probably like a level up too. I got him. Hooray. I'm back, you jerk. 2, 3, 4. Owie. Big charge attack. One more. There you go. Oh, oh, where was my... I was trying to get the critical hit and it didn't work out. No. Interesting kind of move there. Look how long the neck and stuff is. It's very crazy looking. Huh. Hanging out at this gravestone was a Michaela's lily. You know, I could try and extrapolate something from there, but I don't know that there is anything to pull from there. I kind of feel like that was just a spot where they put an item, thought it would be a good spot for an enemy, etc., etc. Look at how they're just like lurking around. And they're just like, Jesus Christ, dude. Big hit. Oh, I was hoping to stagger him. That pose that he does, or that, oh, god dang it, dude. The motion he does there, right, where he does a big wind up with his foot, it's kind of similar to the Flame Monk's mace weapon. When you do the charge attack on that, you have a kind of like animation wind up where, you know, you're building your spirits and like, ooh, like really getting ready. I can't keep doing this. This is gonna take up a lot of my time. Look, there's like 3 of them. Oh, they have cloaks on too. Oh, they're all around a beetle. That poor beetle. Oh, it's got like little tassels on it. They probably have some like old design. I can't tell if it's like a design and yellowy on it or if it's like old and kind of like moldy, you know? There is a side of grease right there. All right. So we can, how close are we to the spot? Still got further. Get that beetle, hit the side of grease. Let's go. 1, 2. No. Come here, beetle. Ka-cha! Somber smithing stone. Very cool, very cool. Now let's get that grease. We need that. Ping. Ooh. Oh, it's got like green. It's almost like moss grown on the top of it. Huh. So they're not just mindless. I mean, because they are using weapons, so they're not mindless, right? They've got staves. These have like some kind of cloak things on them. So they're not just beasts or weird monster things. Like, they have intelligence. Look at that. Imp. Okay. So it's got to be around here somewhere. This place is so like, this section here is not so bad. Oh, look how it's got that glow to it. Yeah, you can see. It's an illusion. This spot's not so bad. But up like further in here on some of the spot is like these woods are like the creepiest section of the game. Look, an owl. You don't see them very often. Sorry, Mr. Owl. Let's get a slumbering egg. So that didn't open the seal, which means there's still 1 left for us to find. I guess because I didn't actually click on the one right in front of, like where the tower would be at, but it wouldn't let me click on it. So maybe I just need to go back and try again. There it goes. Now let me touch it. And here we are. Mirage Rise. Okay, and there's a body in this one. That's a little abnormal from these. Unseen blade, unseen form. And a slumbering egg. Alright, so let's take a look. So the unseen form, one of the night sorceries of Celia, Town of Sorcery, makes the caster semi-invisible. While on horseback, they extends over the mount. It can be cast while in motion. The Celian assassins considered every option that aided their dirty work. Same thing here, right? Used by Celian sorcerer assassins to present themselves as unarmed sorcerers. Now, this kind of goes in with the staff that we had found before from there, the Staff of Loss, right? It distinguishes itself when casting invisibility sorceries. So, does it like... It just boosts it. So how does it boost it? Does it make them like... Are you more invisible? Are you like... Does it last longer? Like, I don't know. Now, the slumbering egg, if I remember right, it's just... prizes a symbol of the most sublime slumber. I wonder what the connection is there with like the unseen stuff and like invisibility stuff. But we're at the Bower of Bounty. Bower is like a tree, right? Like the tree branches or something. But there is a minor tree here. Broken bridge, right? Lots of ruins in here. So we'll kind of follow the road east and see where that takes us. and you can see them like wandering in the mist. This spot is just, it is so creepy, especially once you work your way over here. Oh, there's one there, because they just lurk and they're so like deadly, which adds to like the kind of you know, what makes it so kind of scary, because you can make something super creepy and that can like work if you're like, oh, the imagery is sort of disturbing, but if it's not like a threat, then it kind of loses some of that fear, because like, what's the danger, right? There needs to be a danger aspect to it, in my opinion, to make it like, to really add to the stress of it and the fear. Oh, and look down, they're fighting. Soldiers went down and they got them. And if you get there, like I was fighting dudes there, but the soldiers were up on like the ledge, like waiting, like a patrol. There is some kind of like design to this thing on the back of it. It's kind of hard to tell though, because, you know, I'm trying not to die. Weak spot is in the nasty, look at that, like tentacly maggot face. All right, sorry, soldier. I kind of respect a little bit, right? Because I've been wanting to do tower shields, are like the thing I want to do, and so I had a lot of strength because of the tower shields I had and kind of wanted to use, because they took a lot of strength. But this one doesn't take nearly as much, so we dropped our strengths, upped our dexterity some, and then upped our arcane as well, because we're going to start moving a little bit more into a kind of like arcane aspect of it all. But listen. It's so disturbing, especially if you get here at night, dude. And they're all just like... kind of like coughing, like crying, like it's just disturbing, dude. Hear the beetle. There's the Erd tree right there, minor one. Are they around something? Golden sunflower. So before, we always find the tarnished ones. I'm gonna try and sneak it a little bit. Yeah, there's some, it's like some kind of old, I don't know if there's anything specific design wise to take from there, except that it might have once been really nice, but it looks old and moldery, you know. Moldered, is that the word? All right, we can summon. So they're going to be Erd Tree Avatar. Look, there's the Guardians. I don't know what these ruins are called. Oh, dude, look at the size of that one. And it's like cloth is different though too. Yeah. Don't aggro the big guy. Don't aggro the big guy. Because it's not the same like yellowed texture color. It almost looks like 2 layers. Is it tied around the head? A little bit. Looks like frills. It feels more feminine in the design. It's like clutching its hands towards its chest. It does feel like they're like coughing, right? Like they're sick. Which, I mean, given like they're spewing up death blight, so like that doesn't feel, you know, like that feels like, yeah, you know. But see how the Guardians are not actually attacking it? So they're okay with it. It's called a worm face. So it's got like worms on there. So the worms should be like in the ground. This is obviously not in the ground. We need to be very careful though, because that could be death for us. Yeah, there it goes. Our bird can't be death blighted though. Go get him. I still need a name for that bird. Oh, don't step on the bird. Yeah. Definitely got that. Oh yeah, that'd have been scary if she had grabbed us. We need to get out of there. I'm wearing a Prince of Death pustule to like help. Oh god. Whoa, 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 whoa. To help with the some death blight resistance. Uh-oh. I took too long to recover. I would like to maybe bleed it out. Oh, good stagger. Get around. Where's the weak spot? Oh, what? No, no. Oh, it's so close to winning. Yeah, it really does like wrap around the whole thing. Interesting. Oh yeah. Now this looks, see how that the shading and the stuff, like the vibe feels very different like this. Oh, a guardian mask. I hadn't gotten any of those before. And it's a mask, you know, like Malay, the whole Murray's family, or however you say their name. Engraved golden mask worn by the guardians of the minor Erd trees. In accordance with an ancient pact with the Erd tree, it is said that their deaths led not to destruction, but instead to renewed eternal life as guardians. Now look how the top, see that like kind of, that design, the frill kind of over the top of it, it makes me think of what's on this worm face thing. So do you think somehow it was like the death blight stuff, like this renewal got like corrupted, so these worm face guys should be like guardians, but instead it's been like twisted around, and now they're like, I mean, what do worms do? They kind of like feast on decay stuff, like death in a way, depending on like, I guess, your flavor for the worm, maybe. We're gonna use you. Oh, get rid of this guy. Owie. Bird is distracting the worm face, which is good. Let's go ahead and refill our blue. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Get me out of that. Can I? No, stop it. We need to move close because she placed the... Oh, she tried to grab my bird. Tried to grab me. Oh, gotta bleed. I need to heal, though, in case she steps on us. Oh, I missed. There's a stagger. Roll back. Now we get that critical hit. Oh, yeah. Got it. All right. Yeah, so, like, I wonder, right? Was there some kind of corruption of, like, this renewal, and that's what led to these worm face things? Because there's a bunch of them. Some of them have the robes. A lot of them are just kind of naked, though. So, like, maybe... you know, it's just kind of strange, right? Woodfolk ruins. So the woodfolk... Ow, no. God dang it, dude. Wow, he really... That dude was not messing around. Woodfolk. So were these guys the woodfolks before this happened to them? Some kind of corruption? Oh, there's slug things here, too. Nomadic Warriors Cookbook 19. Alright, so depending on what that drops, it could tell us something, right? Maybe some intention behind this area. 19, gotta remember that. Golden Slam. Okay, so some, like, Erd Tree connections there. You know, Golden Ordery, Erd Tree Order stuff was the Golden Slam, I would assume. Sweet Raisin and Warming Stones. Okay. Huh, so it's a preparation of the dried golden roa fruit. So the difference is this one uses roa fruit, this one is a golden one. You can use it to feed Torrent. Golden roa fruit is not unlike honey, and Torrent seems to have a taste for it. Another big stretch of ruins right here. I can summon the bird. Oh yeah, I can see some of the worm faces right there. A bunch of slugs too. Look how they got that pattern on the back. It just looks nasty. Maybe it's just, maybe that kind of whitish shine, or I don't know what you call it, is on there to simply show corruption and nastiness, right? Let me get away from there, though. Maybe we'll let them poison out to death. Let the bird do some work. Oh, got an icon shield. Okay. Immediately, just from the look of it, right? See how it's got that same kind of shape as ours, but a way different picture on it. It's like a tree. So great shield painted with a divine scene. The recipients of a blessed tear from the Erd tree, an item that looks back fondly on the age of plenty. The divine scene acts in and of itself as a sacred invocation, gradually restoring the carrier's HP. So yeah, you can see him down there, right? So you can see the person kneeling with a chalice, and we see that with sacred tear chalices in the churches that enhance our flask of tears, make us heal more, because that's what it did before. It bestowed healing and bounties and plenty on people. And you can see it right there, that dew, that like a drop, a tear of sap, I would assume, from the tree going down into the chalice. And we can also see that with this talisman right up here. See it right there, depicting a drop of the Erd Tree sap, a blessed boon. And it was thought that they would drip, or, would drip from its bowels forever. But that age of plenty swiftly came to a close, and with time, the Erd Tree became more an object of faith. So, yeah, I wonder, right? Because then, right, we got a minor Erd Tree here, but look at the Bower of Bounty. So maybe this was like a great spot before where you would like get things from the tree, and that's why like people settled here. But it eventually like it dried up. That's been the kind of recurring thing with the Erd Trees, how it used to be so great, it used to do this, it used to do that, blah blah blah, and now nothing, right? It's a shell of what it used to be. Oh, there's one of those candle things. I'm not gonna click on it though, because I don't care to have to be stuck to follow some slow shuffling guy forever. A SpongeBob hanging out. Oh, that one's walking. Does he see us, I wonder? I hope not. There's got to be something in here, right? They do seem like real emaciated. Like, look at how they're just like tight wound skins, nasty gray looking. It is kind of reminiscent of the body we found underneath Stormvale, right? And I mean, given that they're spewing up death blight, and that thing was like supposed to be a portion or part of the body of like Godwyn or something, buried underneath there, the first, of the dead demigods, yada yada yada. So what's in here? Like, what's the point of this spot? Oh, there's a entrance. You can really sneak by them pretty well, actually. I'm surprised. I've never tried sneaking by them before. Wrath of Gold. Okay. We also got that Golden Slam Ash of War, so we'll have to pull that up as well. I want to see if it says anything. So we'll check that one first. Golden Slam. Skill of the avatars who protect minor Erd Trees. So do you think we found that because the avatar was slain? Maybe the worm face killed it? Wrath of Gold, superior Erd Tree worship incantation, and you can see the Erd Tree seal behind the figure produces a golden shockwave that knocks back nearby foes. Charging increases the size of the shockwave. This incantation was discovered when the Elden Ring was shattered, and it was feared as a sign of the Erd Tree's wrath. Yeah, I mean, maybe it was like, maybe, when the Elden Ring was shattered, there was like, it got pissed in a way, right? And that kind of brings me back to another thing with those guardians, right? For their minor Erd Trees, they had an ancient accord, an ancient pact for renewal, like for guardianship, and instead of death, they would just be brought back. But it wasn't with like Marika; it was with the Erd Tree, like the Erd Tree itself, right? Which seems kind of strange. Like, it gives it like a sentience. And then with that Wrath of Gold, again, kind of the same thing, a sign of the Erd Tree's wrath with the destruction of the Elden Ring. I jumped down here because I thought there might have been an item or an opening. There is not. The Altus tunnel. We're not going to do it quite right now because I kind of want to make sure we finish up this whole the woods here. Another interesting thing, talking about the guardians, right? Which I don't know, did I have any of the other pieces of armor from them? Didn't really look like it, right? But let me reread the mask just to make sure I got it right. Engraved golden mask. Yep, you can see it's got some fancy design things on it, right? Interesting. Looks just pretty fanciful. Small golden crown thing. So, accordance with an ancient pact with the Erd Tree, said that their death led not to destruction, but instead to renewed eternal life as guardians. So, the way a lot of it seems to that it's implied it works, how it works, is that when you die, a lot of people talk about how the Erd Tree burial, how that's like what you want, because then you return to the Erd Tree. Now, I would assume to be kind of like born again, or like maybe that's like for the rest of the soul, But for them, it's like they kind of like skip it almost. It's like they're brought back as they are because of their service, And maybe in that process, it's like they're being reborn and they're kind of like turning into trees in a way, because when you look at their back, they're sprouting like tree trunky looking, you know, plant, you know, they got sprouts. They're growing into plants out of their back. There's ourselves a minor Erd tree. Kind of coming out the far side of the whole woods. Yeah. And you can see portions of the bridge that used to span across here, right? And see how there's these statues? I bet if we go looking around, we might find some like smithing stones or something. It's interesting that they always have those smithing stones. And you know what it reminds me of is in Liurnia of the Lakes, there's all those little gazebos that have little statues of women. Oh, there's a cart. Interesting. Any cool items? But what do we always find with them in those like little gazebos were smithing stones. So again, it's kind of like the statues and stuff in these like different materials. Oh yeah, see, look at those soldiers waiting in ambush. And there's an item up there. Look at them go. You got them, guys. They totally don't, but, you know, I believe. Maybe if those two weren't dragon butt so much. Fulgur Bloom. Leap. Up we go. Oh, there's a guy. Hi. Oh, look who it is. The ever-brilliant gold mask. So something I would like to mention about this, right? Because Corin's looking for him. And Corin was like, oh, he must be closer to the Erd tree. But if you look at, like, where they're at next to each other, right? Brother Corin's over here. Erd tree's over there. But Gold Mask is still way over here. He's not actually closer. Like, he's kind of far away. But he's pointing at it. I don't know. He's super emaciated, too. But he's got all kinds of interesting, like, gold bangles and stuff on him. His claw is like, it might have been really nice once, but like super tattered and worn. Now, ever brilliant gold mask, he in the opening thing, he's on the ground and is making like a golden order symbol on the ground, if I remember right. Is that or an Erd tree symbol? One of the two. It definitely had like an Elden ring like inscribed in the ground and like being like inlaid with gold. So does he have anything to say? Nope. But the reason I bring that up is because Brother Corin seems to be kind of interested in like the Golden Order or Order of the Erd Tree. And so if the ever brilliant gold mask, you know, is somehow really tied in with that, you could see that in the symbol of the opening cinematic. And that's why Brother Corin wants to meet him. We're not going to touch on any of that yet because I've got to stick to my focusing lots of actual village looking spots here. But there's a soldier there. There was a beetle I wanted to see if we could get. Yeah, there he is. Lots of soldiers right here. Probably trying to keep, you know, those worm-faced things out of any of the other regions, right? Because them getting out and around would be pretty bad, I imagine. But they also don't really seem to be moving too much. Like, they're pretty, like, just kind of sitting there moping and sad. Oh, can I please stop hitting that? Protection of the Erd Tree. Superior incantation of Erd Tree worship. Increases damage negation for all affinities except physical for both the caster and nearby allies. In the beginning, everything was in opposition to the Erd Tree. But through countless victories in war, it became the embodiment of order. So, I mean, that tracks with everything we're saying, especially like when you talk to Bernal and all them, and they're like, oh, the sanctimonious, like, blasphemy and the sanctified pillaging, and, you know, ancient war was the dragons with the giants against Liurnia marching across the lands and this and that, right? But I like, this one says superior, right? This one and this one, superior incantation of Erd Tree worship. Superior Erd Tree worship incantation. Just subtly different, kind of the same thing though. But this one is ancient Erd Tree incantation. Ancient Erd Tree incantation. Ancient Erd Tree incantation. Alright. Erd Tree's primal vital energies. Aspect of the primordial crucible. So here's a thought, right? So the Erd Tree, so the primordial crucible was like the energy of the Erd Tree, right? Let me read that again. thoughts are swirling in my brain. So aspects of the crucible, we've got 2 of them, right? Manifestation of the Erd Tree's primal vital energies, like early, like beginning, like, you know, that's primal. An aspect of the primordial crucible where all life was once blended together. So like the Erd Tree in its like primal form was like the crucible. And you can kind of see that same idea here, right? Red tinge of the gold coat mirrors a primordial matter that became the Erd Tree. So you had this primordial matter stuff that was like all life blended together. That's why you start getting these aspect things. That's why when you see the like what's it called, you got the talisman right here, vestige of a crucible of primordial life. It's like all these things that used to be like would grow on bodies and were aspects of the primordial crucible, and they were viewed as divine, you know, budding horns, the teeth, those type of things, right? The tail, horns, etc., right? But then you had the Erd Tree, and the Erd Tree sprouted from this primordial life, right? And it all became this physical thing. And then what happened? Blessings rained down from above it, and like it gave people life and just bounty, until eventually it didn't. So what were those bounties? Well, it was a primordial life that it grew out of. Like any residual energy that was still there that it sprouted from rained down from it. And then once it was out, it was out. So now that primordial life, that aspects of like, you know, the crucible is rained down all over the lands. And now what are we starting to see? We're seeing people and animals and things showing these aspects of the primordial life, of the crucible, right? Because it used to be all swirled in here, sprouted up in this tree, rained down everywhere, and now it's reappearing everywhere, right? And they, like now, the current order doesn't like it. They view it as devolution, which in a way, you know, would make sense because that's a previous form of the Erd Tree. It shouldn't go back to it. But instead, you know, it doesn't, like, the energy didn't go any, like, it didn't disappear. It's just transferred, and now it's transferred to all other life. Why are you guys screaming at me? I'm making awesome connections. Oh, look, they've got these, like, cloaky things, too. Okay, interesting. They've got flower crowns. Some kind of symbol-y things on their back. All right. Human bone shards. Oh, that's disturbing. They're biting their arms. She's got like a rib cage on a stick. Cleavers. Getting super heavy Witch of Hemlock vibes from Bloodborne, whatever that town was called. Don't you bite things. Interesting. They also got these like crazy talismans on. Braided flowers. Bare feet. Yeah, look at that. Yellowed eyes. Circular dot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Didn't we see that on something else? I can't really remember, and I don't want to have to, like... Should have taken notes. Huh. So if that's what's happening right here, the rest of these towns, I don't have super high hopes for. We should... Well, one, I would like to find a site of grace real close to here, but then I feel like we need to go tell Brother Corin that his friend is here, and that's where we will end this video. Hey, we found Gold Mask.
Do you sport with me?
No.
From your description, it can be no other than the Gold Mask himself. Of course, bless the Golden Order and its benevolent rays.
Yeah, see, Golden Order.
My sincerest thanks.
Oh, they're just resting. Oh, look at that. That's kind of cool, man. Look at that. These guys are chill. All right, see you guys later. All right, finger reader. What do you have to say?
You. Bless you. To the east, ruins of gold.
Okay, the Erd Tree.
To the west, the serpent's sacrilege.
Mount Gelmir.
Wherever the path leads, so shall you follow.
Yeah, you know, I've been kind of poking.
Wherever
Oh,
the path leads, only more sorrow.
Oh, yeah, that was kind of ominous in a way. Like, no matter what we do, it's gonna be sorrow. It's a curse of Queen America. Look at her robes. They actually, you know, before I was talking about those Revenant guys, her robes are kind of like theirs. Maybe theirs are kind of similar to each other. Wasn't there something else that talked about how, like, that's what Gideon said? Like, maybe that's just what she wants, like a bit of like ambition to incite the tarnished, right? So, unseen assassins, a note from a merchant. Some assassins cannot be seen with the naked eye. Seems the Erd Tree sentries once carried torches that could cast light on these prowlers. So you get the Erd Tree Sentinel. What did one of them had? He had a torch to see assassins. Now, why would he have that? Because there was a Knight of Black Knives. There were assassins. And, like, on the, like, Sword Memorial, it talked about how there was this, like, kind of like a sovereign alliance or something, you know, and then there's corruption and betrayal from within. Imp shades. Nothing can touch the shades of imps in the hero's graveyard. Only Ross's light can give them form. Oh. Okay, so Ross is like the guide of the dead. Okay. And there's Brother Corin with the ever-brilliant gold mask.
We meet yet again. Thanks to you, I have become acquainted with the noble gold mask himself, and taken my place by his side, as you can see. Have no fear. I will still teach you incantations as before.
Okay.
Though we must do so quietly, such that we not disturb the great master's cogitation.
Okay. Sounds good. Okay, nothing new. That's okay. Thank you, though. About the noble gold mask. Wait. That's a new one. I just can't get it because I don't have enough runes. Discus of Light. One of the incantations of the Golden Order fundamentalists. Produces a ring of light and fires it forward. The ring of light returns to a position close to the caster before disappearing. This incantation can be cast repeatedly. A gift from the young Mikola to his father, Radigan. So Mikola, right? So there's Mikola's Rings of Lights. It's like an Ash of War that we can apply to some of our polearms and stuff. And the Clean Rot Knights do the same thing on their big, like, halo scythes. So they, you know, a halo, a ring. So Mikola was maybe somehow like a Golden Order fundamentalist, right? And he produced it and then gave it to Radigan. About the noble gold mask.
The master is always deep in contemplation, while I frantically attempt to record his wisdom, the movement of his finger.
Like the two fingers.
I am yet to comprehend even the daintiest morsel of his wisdom. I know that this is my life's calling. The Golden Order has bestowed me, talentless as I am, the great duty of documentarian.
Okay.
May the Golden Order...
Sure enough, bud. Alright then. That'll be that. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully this isn't too long, because that went longer than I expected. I did a little bit of rambling and crazy thoughts. It's interesting stuff. And I feel like some interesting connections. And this place is pretty interesting as well. We obviously did not do the Altus Tunnel dungeon, but that's fine. We're going to do a different video, you know, dedicated to, like, the dungeons and stuff. So next time, we'll go up here, Windmill Village. Like, there's a bunch of these windmill sections up here. And if I remember right, the, what's her name? The Albinaric woman, Latena, she said something about going north of the Windmill Village. And if we look kind of like north of it, we're like, there's not really anything up there except maybe that way where we can see these, white spires of some kind. Yeah. But thanks for joining me. Hope you found it interesting. And yeah, until the next one, take care.